And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark on Interloper, where we were in the process of leaving the far territories to repair our gear and acquire a bit more food before we make another attempt um, to sort of delve here. It's probably going to be quite cold to get going. That maybe isn't a reason not to attempt to leave, but we're also a little low on condition. That's something else we'll have to recover when we're happy where we are. Okay, let's pick up our bedroll. Don't leave that behind. And I do. Water. But yeah, I have a fairly large food stockpile back at Broken Railway, so that is going to be the plan for the beginning of the stream, is to get back out to the Broken Railway. And we can determine from there whether or not we need to continue heading farther back to do all the repairs. The area we're in right now doesn't have any wolves, but the next area does. So I should be a little careful with not taking more damage. Weather right now isn't too bad. At least for traveling. It's definitely cold.
Wait. Come on, come on.
Oof, minus 24. And yeah, we're gonna run out of porridge. This is one of the reasons we're leaving, is we're out of food, basically. Could potentially stay a little bit more in time if we're gonna do a little bit of hunting with the bow, but, well, we've taken a lot of damage, so I don't want to be attracting wolves and stuff by being wounded. Or just being out and about in an unprepared way. Okay, so I can stop like that. Warm up using coal one more time. Or two more times if I can source a few more sticks. So I'm going to spend some time here, not immediately head out, but spend it disassembling some of the worst torches. If we had like 8 sticks there, would have been able to make the fire warm with sticks. With piece of coal. So, if anything, this should be a little bit of a chill stream here in the Long Dark. I have a plan for what we're doing, but it's not a particularly interesting plan. It's get out to where the supplies we need to do repairs are, our gloves and I think our boots need repairs. So that's rabbit hides and deer hides. So we'll probably have to at least return to Mystery Lake area. Don't think I have any cured stuff closer than that. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little bit of sprinting here, just to try to save some warmth. We've got quite a way to go. And I don't really have a lot of fuel to stay warm while making the dash. And we got adequate food when we get there. So the goal is basically run out there, eat the food at the destination. And also burning through the fatigue will allow us to sleep to recover a bunch of condition, is the plan. Hoping to at least make it to the next cave to warm up. I'll have to go a little bit farther past that to, the food is at the Broken Railway. That's stationed out behind it. From a bear kill we did. Yeah, I think we're gonna start taking damage when we get to the next, next easy place to warm up. It's a little annoying with how low we are on, condition. Roughly about the level of fatigue that our character has, or the sprint bar that character has. You can basically sprint
My hands.
until the sprint bar is gone, and then once he starts huffing and stops huffing and puffing, we can get to sprinting again. In maximum, near maximum length sprint.
Too cold to think.
Taking damage, which isn't ideal. This is what we're gonna have to deal with. Okay, so is this clear and it's got the cave in it? So we're just gonna basically sprint over to that cave and then we'll there. So I think there's like 2 different places you can warm up here. One of the box cars is open, so you could, in theory, I think, hop into the box car. Yeah, that box car is open. Here's the cave. Okay, we are warm in the cave. Okay, well, we're active right now. I can go ahead and steal rabbit kill.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
It gives me something to do while we're warming up. There we go. So there's the campfire going. So, I don't think this rabbit's necessarily going to give us really many calories. It's just giving us something to do while we warm up here. Yeah. We want to cook the last one here. It'll help us a little bit with the healing. We'll get about 4% more condition from that. Rest the guts off. We'll eat our porridge, and then probably want to get into Bray. And yeah, there's no... Well, there's a couple places we can warm up along the way, but there's no, like, great place to warm up along the way. Besides the... What, bit of the tunnel? Bit of the interior of the tunnel. I don't know if it's the warming up bonus here, or if it's just that it's just that little bit warmer is making a difference. Definitely feel a little bit warmer. The warmth meter is not going down quite as fast as it was earlier. Still gonna most of the way sprint my way there. Again, I think when I get there, I have plenty of food. What we're short on is condition, so actually burning fatigue to do a long rest is what I'm thinking is somewhat valuable right now. So someone's probably found a way to billy goat up and over this. I haven't yet, but there's probably a way. And billy goat, I mean the other way around, not this way. This way, I know the way to billy goat up and down. I think it's kind of intended for you to be able to take this as a shortcut on the way out. But the other way around, I'm less sure.
Goddamn freezing.
Okay. Taking damage right now, which I don't like, but, well, I don't like because we're so low. If I was near full, I wouldn't mind. But once we pass through this door, it's warm in here. So we'll be taking our sweet time walking through here. I don't think there's anything worth looting in here. Well, we've been through here a couple times. Some cardboard boxes, which doesn't really return anything. Not gonna chop out the shelf. Or the chair. Nope. Guess the shelf at some point shifted because some of the decorations are floating. And we don't have the hacksaw to hack up the handcart even if we wanted to. So yeah, nothing really in here to interact with while we're passing the time. It's going to be, again, it's going to be a decent sort of sprint over to the next spot. So we do want to warm up most of the way, I think. Yeah, past that door, it's going to be cold again. And yeah, mostly just kind of waiting for time to pass right now while our character warms up. So, the plan, I suppose I can do some announcements for today while we're waiting here. The plan for today is record 4 episodes of The Long Dark, so if you're watching on the Twitch stream, that is what the plan is. They might not be the most interesting episodes because we're trying to, well, see, the condition's a little low. Trying to recover the condition, trying to repair our equipment during those 4 episodes. I suspect if I can do it pretty quickly, that we'll be able to get rested and repaired and basically back out to the far territories within the episode. Though I don't think we'll be able to. We'll probably get back to right about where we started by the end of the episode, of my expectations. Okay. Close enough. Let's get going. And then the stream plans for the next couple days is we got Victoria 3 tomorrow. I did just see that they did drop a patch earlier today. I think we're still going to go ahead and play out the current one, because it sounds like it shouldn't break things if we load it into the current patch. If it does, then we'll just end up having to start a new one, and it'll be fine. The day after that will be Shadow Empire. We're getting pretty close to, I think, well, pretty close to a state where we're working towards winning that run. We're probably at the point where we need to spend more time trying to grab the empty territory. I think at this point all of the population's accounted for. So it's either fight a major or claim the unclaimed territory. And I'm thinking we're going to go for the unclaimed territory first. Might be doing a little bit of also trying to catch up on getting ready to fight one of the majors. Because again, the majors are probably what we're going to have to fight eventually. I don't think there's necessarily enough planet left in that one to win. I'm sorry for people that are here for the Long Dark and are hearing about all the other games. They may not be watching, but we're destination walking in Long Dark, so other than going from point A to point B, there's not much to talk about in the Long Dark. So yeah, that's the plan of Shadow Empire. The day after that will be Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Hopefully we'll get some breaks where we're actually able to attack and not be on the defense in most of the places. To the degree that we have been on the attack, we've actually been on the attack sort of defending taken territory, which is not what I'd normally consider attacking. And then the day after that will be the Long Dark again. Assuming something goes horribly wrong and we die in the next 4 episodes. It's cold enough, I think it's just worth running through to the base. We'll harvest the rabbit when we get there. And then again, I'm pretty sure there is bear meat out back. I think the wolf we just chased off got another rabbit. That might have been a ptarmigan. There we are, at the maintenance shed in the maintenance yard. So we get a little meat here off of the rabbit. We'll mostly process the rabbit, and then we'll go check to see if we've got the rabbit meat. A little bit more than a kilogram by the looks of it. We'll see how the game rounds it. Round it up. Okay. Gonna take the hide off. Eat the rest of the rabbit. Yeah, we'll put another stick in it so I got enough time. So we can bring the torch with us. We go to check up on the meat. And then we can go ahead and take a nice 10-hour long rest. It'll be dark at that point, which won't necessarily be the best weather for doing stuff. But it probably won't be the worst weather either. So we'll at least be late afternoon, early night. Okay, so we got more oats here. So really I just need to recover the equipment and grab oats and head out. But sadly we don't have the equipment here to do all the repairs, so... Okay, fully fed. It's a little windy, a little cold. Let's duck back into the depot and we'll get our long rest here. There we go, quick 10-hour snooze. Hopefully get a decent amount of recovery from that. Well, it might not be the full 10 hours, it might have been less than 10 hours. Oh no, it was about the full 10 hours. Sneaking out to grab the meat before I hydrate, because then we can't lose water value eating the meat. Okay, I was hoping for a little bit better weather to be traveling in. That's some pretty bad weather. I don't have the whetstone, so I can't sharpen the tool. I've got some coal, so I'm not too worried about it being cold weather. It just needs to be blizzard-safe weather, which is not the current weather. And then from a repair standpoint, we're looking for scrap metal repair crampons, one, maybe two wolfhide to get the wolfhide pants repaired, two, probably three rabbit skins to get the mitts repaired, and then two deer skin to get the boots repaired. Color black and white. Don't know what S stands for. Pretty sure color C stands for color. Black and white since sepia. Sensor sepia. Okay. And we have one load of color currently loaded in the camera. Okay. Oh, and what's loaded in the camera? It doesn't weigh anything. Is there a way to unload the camera? No. Once you load something in the camera, the only way to unload it is to put a different color in. Okay. Oh, I don't need these boots. You know, I will just go ahead and harvest them for the leather. Probably don't need the leather, but we'll harvest them anyway. We're not going to stay here the 3 days to repair with that rabbit hide. Hey, this is better weather. I don't think it's good enough that I can just make the dash to Mystery Lake, though. So I'm going to do something that is maybe inefficient from a time perspective, but game time perspective, I suppose. Which is we're going to pass a couple hours, and then we're going to do a little bit more sleeping. And then hopefully it will be warmer weather. Probably won't be, but trying my luck.
Surrounded by snow. Nothing to drink.
Drink all the water. May have drank all the water. That's not too much of an issue, because we can make more as we go, but just means until I start a fire, I've got no water. I did kind of waste a little bit of fuel. I could have done a little bit more multitasking when we were working on the fire earlier. Then we have water now. Okay, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to mute the mic shortly just to sip a little bit of tea, getting a little bit of a sore throat, and then we'll get right back to recording the next part. So until then, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.